Hey up lads and lasses, Damphyre here, back again with some more Infinite Lagrange. So, it looks like we've got new content incoming. I'm not sure if this is going to be the next phase of servers after phase 3, and this is phase 4, or if this maybe is a choice between phase 3 servers if you're just coming up to phase 3. But yeah, so we got new gameplay preview, node recovery agreement in the new star system exploration. The nodes of the Lagrange network once covered a third of the Milky Way during the Interstellar War. Access to stargates at some nodes was denied, and the connection of these nodes got broken off from the network. However, the exploration campaign has led to the rediscovery of these disconnected star systems. In order to reconnect these nodes to the Lagrange network so that they can operate under the order of the Dawn Accord, the Antonius Explorer Development Division is recruiting experienced explorers in Hub Star System. Explorers will sign the node recovery agreement before traveling to the target star system and reconnecting them to the Lagrange network. So, interesting. Node recovery protocol, go to the newly discovered node and connect it to the Lagrangian network. Lagrangian? Yeah, I guess it's Lagrangian. According to intelligence, these star systems remain isolated for such a long time that the privateers within have already formed a force to be reckoned with. They have occupied a large number of space cities, threatening the security of the whole star systems. Try to be careful when dealing with privateer attacks. So this is quite interesting. So beforehand, cities were owned by sort of big conglomerate groups, I believe that's what they were. But now they're owned by pirates, or privateers. How can they be privateers? The only way to be privateers is if the Queen's paying them to be a pirate, more or less. Not sure privateers can be used in this day and age. Anyway, in addition to the ever-growing group of privateers, there is another force, Galactic Factions, in these star systems. These were... I thought Galactic Factions were there anyway. That's what I was talking about, these big corporate companies that own these systems, that own the cities. I thought they were the Galactic Factions. They've been developing for hundreds of years and have their own order and understanding of the Lagrange gates, with no intention of entering the framework of the Dawn Accord. These factions released a mutual aid agreement, seeking powerful explorers within the star systems to help them maintain control of the stargates. Galaxy Mutual Assistance Agreement. Based on the mutual aid agreement, these galactic factions will grant signatories agreed supplies, including temporary blueprint authorization, a temporary ship livery, and a temporary base livery. That looks really cool. So I'm pretty certain at the current moment that your ships, if they're painted, they don't actually, you can't tell from the fleet, like if you're looking at the fleet in the map view. But this is obviously applied to the fleet, which is really cool. And I really like this paint scheme. I mean, black and red is a little bit, it's a little bit, because, you know, everyone likes black and red, but you got to admit, black and red does look pretty cool. And that's the first base livery we've seen, which is interesting. That probably means that we might see more liveries in future updates. Maybe purchasable soon. When this drops, maybe there'll be other liveries that you can purchase and use for your bases and ships. If this is fleet-wide as well, that's really big. Like, I want fleet-wide liveries as opposed to singular ships, because it just looks weird having lots of multicolored ships just painted. It's like you know, you've given your kid a load of pictures of ships and just all the crayons, and it's just gone to town, and all the, yeah, they're all different colors. Doesn't really make sense to me, but yeah, that's what it is. Interesting. So the blueprint authorization. This is the Crasher transport vessel. I don't know what this is. And that's the Infinite Lagrange battle cruiser. So interesting, because these will be upgraded then. because they'll be in your blueprints, but I'm guessing they're only usable for the period of time that you're in that server, and once you leave that server, you lose these blueprints. I'm guessing that's how it's going to work. The Infinite I mentioned this in another video. Do go check that one out. I'll put a card somewhere on the screen now, so you can go have a look at that, because I do talk about this a little bit. Because it's kind of got a similar weapon system, like missile system, to the Callisto, which means it might be really high DPM, and now it's potentially upgradable. This could be a very, very powerful battle cruiser. So yeah, that might be worth having a look at. Crasher, we don't know much about, bar the fact that I know it carries stuff. It's a transport ship. I believe it had fighters on it. I don't think it's corvettes. I think it's a fighter carrier. So that'll be interesting. And again, I have not got a clue what that is. I've not seen that shape before. So interesting. The occupancy, ranking, and ownership of the Stargate and the Star System will be adopted as the final rating criteria for explorers signing the Node Recovery Agreement. However, if you sign the Mutual Aid Agreement, your exploration situation will be evaluated according to another rating criteria. That is, the total occupancy contributed by all signatory factions, and whether you have successfully assisted Galactic Factions defending the control of the Stargate. This is putting two guys in a big fight, right? You've got people that have signed the Node Recovery Agreement versus the people that signed the Mutual Aid Agreement. Is that how this is going to work? So you've got one, it's either going to work like that, or you go to a separate system if you go for the mutual aid. So it's potential, one idea I have is, you sign the mutual aid agreement, you go in, there's a bunch of other unions, you're kind of helping each other out, killing off the pirates, as far as I'm aware, from what I've read so far. So, you know, this is like a PVE server, like PVE specific, and then the node recovery is how it currently works, I think. Like phase 1, phase 2, it's just called the node recovery, and you're trying to do something specific there. Or they're both within the same server, and that means these node recovery guys are going to be trying to do stuff with occupancy and stuff like that. Well, these guys are going to be trying to do stuff with occupancy and stuff like that, and other rating criteria. So they might literally just go like, you can join these guys or these guys, and you fight each other. So kind of like 50-50s the server up a little bit. That's really quite interesting. We'll definitely have to see what's going on with that when that releases. Development rating criteria based on node recovery. And here we got the rating criteria based on mutual aid agreement. So they look more or less the same. Obviously, you can see some different colors, slightly different patterns, and that kind of stuff. There's some different there's some different rating systems that are going on. I'm guessing one's killing ships, maybe. The other one's connecting these nodes together. I have no idea. Exploration journey will be full of choices and unknowns. You will need to consider the shift in identity brought about by the agreements. It will be up to you to decide whether to reconnect the nodes in the Lagrange network or assist the Galactic Factions in maintaining control of the Stargates. So yeah, this is quite interesting. This is going to put two factions against each other. So depending on which union you're in, you might be, you know, looking for unions that want to do the Lagrange network, assisting the nodes, so they join, you know, these guys, the node recovery agreement, and then you'll have groups set up for the mutual aid agreement. This would be quite fun and interesting. This is going to put, if you can at least balance it so it's 50-50, one on each side, so unions can't just group up and do mega alliance to dominate servers, because that's just cowardice, in my opinion. Yeah, you should be okay. It should be interesting. So there we go. We got some new stuff on the way, which also includes some blueprints and stuff like that we can grab hold of, and some ship liveries. So be a bit of fun. Especially this indefatigable. I have no idea how you're going to pronounce that. But yeah, there we go. New stuff on the way. I'm guessing this is phase 4, but I can't be 100% sure. It could be a choice between what we're currently doing in phase 3 with Trogite mining, or you can maybe choose one of these agreements instead and do that. So very interesting. But there we have it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a while since I did one of these. The last one was the Trogite mining, which is over a month ago, I think I did this. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.